Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hit the Bid here on June 7th. This is Ty Robbie here through Week 23 Market Watch. Today we're going to run through our charts and see what happened in these markets over the last week and see what we need to be ready for as we head into Week 23. So let's jump in and get started. First on the board today, we got our August live cattle. We did see some nice back and forth action here in this cattle market last week. Both live and feeder prices seen some big swings both ways as this volatility continues to stick around. This August live contract did open up here on Monday with a pretty quiet session. Price balancing out here on either side of 240 early last week before those sellers tried to attack that 237 level here on Wednesday and Thursday. 237 being a pretty key line in the sand here throughout the last 5-6 months. Prior resistance early in the year, now acting as support. We do see the sellers try and attack this area. Buyers keep pushing this market out of here, including that big gap down we saw on Thursday below 235. Seeing a nice strong push back out of here, finishing Thursday's action up there near 242. Buyers did take some of that momentum into Friday's session, seeing a nice opening range breakout, rallying right up into the mid 240s. However, we continue to see some selling pressure here from this little pocket of sellers, offering some more resistance to this market like we've seen here in recent weeks. Sellers getting aggressive up there between 244 and 245, driving this market lower on Friday into the close, undercutting that opening range low. Not a good look here for this market with that weak finish we saw on Friday. Bulls needed to get a convincing close back above those prior week's highs to really give them the green light here into the week ahead. But with that weak finish we saw here on Friday, looking like they got their work cut out for them, and it's going to be a pretty tough climb out of here. I want to encourage everyone to continue to be cautious, be defensive here as we head into week 23. This market failing to get much traction here above these major moving averages. Prior resistance keeping a lid on this market. We are seeing some lower lows and lower highs here as well as this market continues to lose some ground and look like it's starting to roll over a little bit. Increased volatility here, not much traction above those averages, just not a good look here. Not something that you see in a healthy easy dollar environment. We want to make sure that the bulls can try and get this market to stabilize a little bit more, keep this thing trading around the mid 240s here and try and build a little bit better structure and get a nice weekly close back here above 245 to give them that green light to get that rally back underway. However, with all this resistance and this selling pressure we saw on Friday, we want to encourage everyone to be cautious here as we go into tomorrow's session. Any sort of offers down here below Friday's low at 240.80 will keep that selling pressure on, drive this market back down here to retest 237 once again. We'll have to wait and see if the bulls can stick around and give that same response we saw last week and keep this market supported here. If we do get any sort of daily closes down here below 237, that will put us into downtrend territory with a close down there below that 200-day average, and we will continue to expect more selling pressure in the event of that. Any daily closes down here below 237 will keep that selling pressure on and drive this market back down here towards 230. So we just continue to urge caution here in the near term. This volatility is going to be sticking around. If you're going to be playing the bull side of things, we want to see this thing stabilize and offer some more low risk points to trade around. But at the moment, we're just not seeing much of that and looking like we're going to be seeing a little bit more selling pressure here in the week ahead. Be cautious here. If the bulls are going to come back to life here, we need to get a close back above 245. But until they can do so, I encourage everyone to stay defensive, hang out on the sidelines while this market is going to try and give us a little bit better areas to trade around. In the near term, though, we could see some more selling pressure and volatility here as we move into week 23. Next up, we got our August feeders on the board. Similar action here as this market balanced out inside of that prior week's range here on Monday before seeing this market get a little bit slippery here. Prices flushing lower into Thursday's session with that big gap lower, testing 336. Briefly undercutting that current year's low. Buyers stepping in here and seeing a limit move up on Thursday, driving higher with a $17 range up 10.75. Nice strong rally there. However, once again, we ran into some resistance. Those bulls failing to get much traction back up here into the 350s. Weak finish here on Friday, run into some resistance as these declining averages have kept a lid on price here in the recent weeks. Not a good look here for this feeder market. Any sort of offers down here below 351, we should see this thing continue to flush back down towards 340 and potentially new yearly lows. This market continues to lose some ground. Not a good look here at the moment. Bulls need to get a convincing close back here above that 50-day average and last week's high to start thinking about any sort of rally attempt. Sellers are in control here, and we should see this feeder market continue to push lower here as we move into week 23. Next up, we got our July corn futures on the board. Last week, we saw this corn market really start to unravel after spending the last couple months here range-bound conditions. We did see this market really start to slip down here below 450 to 440. Steady selling pressure all week long. 5 red days here as this market drove right down there below 420, making new contract lows, and already seeing some new contract lows trade here in the evening session on Sunday night. Selling pressure is expected to continue here throughout the week ahead. Any sort of offers below Friday's low at 416 should keep this corn market drifting lower. We are starting to get a little bit oversold here, a little bit beat down, so a little bit of dead cat bounces to be expected here. If we get some bids back above Friday's high at 4.25, we should see this thing rally back up here towards these averages, but it's not going to be an easy climb back up. We are expecting to see this downtrend continue to unfold here in the next couple weeks. Any sort of rallies will be selling opportunities. We expect to see those sellers step back in and get aggressive if we pull back up here into the 430s and 440s. But in the meantime, expect this market to just keep on bleeding and keep on drifting down here towards $4. Next up, crude oil market seeing some back and forth action here as well. Prices opening up last week, rallying up there towards 97 at the high of the week, bouncing off of these range lows. However, we continue to see some lower highs here as this market keeps on pushing lower. We are still waiting on any sort of news here to big announcements regarding the war, but this market just continues to bleed. This crude market looks like it's showing that lower is definitely the way we're going here in the near term, barring any sort of escalation. Look for this selling pressure to continue here throughout the week ahead to keep on putting pressure down on $90. Look for this thing to keep on trying to push down here into the 80s and keep on bleeding lower here in the near term. The upside looks like it's about capped here at the moment. Any sort of bids above 97 could get a markup here towards 105, but not really expecting any sort of sustained up moves. We should see the sellers continue to be aggressive here and put some pressure here on this market and try and get this thing to break down back here below 86. Next up, equity markets coming to a little bit of some selling pressure last week. We've had a pretty relentless rally since the end of March here as this market spent 2 months just going in a straight line. One-way street here for the Nasdaq as well since about the 31st of March, rallying from 23 all the way up towards 31,000. Dow also seen an impressive rally here in the recent months, going up there towards new all-time highs. All before we saw Friday's big down day. We did see over 3% worth of selling here on the S&P, over 5% on that Nasdaq, but that was something that was to be expected here after such a relentless rally over the last 8 weeks or so. This market finally just getting a little bit overbought and just finally running out of gas here, running out of buyers, as this market did finally see everyone throwing in the towel on Friday. Big selling pressure, big volume here, but nothing to be super concerned about. We do expect to see a little bit of volatility early in the week ahead. We want to see each of these indexes try and stabilize a little bit. Nice pullback right into our major moving averages. Wouldn't be surprised to see some continued offers down here below Friday's low, drive us down here towards that 50-day moving average. We should expect to see some support at some point here in the week ahead. We want to see this thing kind of balance out. Wouldn't be surprised to see some wide daily ranges here to start off the week, but we should be looking for discounts here. A lot of markdowns late last week. Don't be jumping in front of this thing. We want to see this thing stabilize a little bit here before we really commit, but we should see some good dip buying opportunities come from this pullback we saw get started here on Friday. Nice breakdown. Should offer us some good points to trade around here in the week ahead. Be cautious, slowly ease your way into things, as you don't want to step into right in front of all that selling pressure. But we should see each of our indexes try and get a bid here in the week ahead, try and find some support around these major averages, and get this uptrend back underway. This market still is a very healthy environment, still a strong environment to own stock. Keep your money working and be looking for some more discounts here throughout the week ahead. And we should see this market stabilize and start to turn back up there towards those all-time highs here before the week is up. That's all we got for this weekend. Appreciate you all for tuning in tonight. We will catch you guys for tomorrow night for closing comments. Thank you for tuning in and have a good evening.